Hi everyone, Pam here from Creative Homescaping. Today I'm going to continue on my 1,000 item declutter, and here is the first round of items that I have gathered together to declutter. I am going to donate these heels here. I've only worn them I think twice, and I've had them I think over 15, maybe 20 years. And so I'm going to pass them along to someone else who may wear them more frequently than I do. I bought them to go with a dress I no longer have, so I really don't have an occasion to wear them. So those are getting donated. And then these other items I am going to toss because there are problems with them. So here is a pair of pants and the zipper's broken. This is a boot I had when I had torn a tendon in my foot. Here is a pair of boots, but as you can see, they were fake leather. They're not real leather, and the vinyl part of them is coming off, so they're falling apart. And then there's an old pair of sandals that I had, slip-on sandals I used to wear to the pool, but they've loosened up so much that they don't fit me anymore. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll count them as a pair, 5 items for this part of the round. I forgot to mention I found 4 empty plastic bags crumpled up in my closet. So I am going to count those because I'm going to recycle them. So that will bring the total to 9. And here's one more item to donate. This is a tabletop fan that's just been sitting on my closet. We tend to use a larger fan in the summertime, so I don't really need this, and it's just taking up room in my closet. Okay, so here we go. I have some items from the garage that I'm going to get rid of. I'm actually going to trash them because most of them are garbage. There's an empty bag and some tangled twist tie that I don't feel like untangling. There's an empty container of PVC adhesive, a broken flagpole, some broken hand tools, the plastic's cracked, and we have duplicates of all of these. And then there's some twist ties where the paper is coming off of them. And then over here are some items my younger daughter used when she would garden with us when she was little. She's now almost 21, so I think I can get rid of these. They were shoved in the back of a shelf in the garage. So there's a couple of hand tools, some gloves, a little hand tote, and then a little apron there. And they're pretty dirty. I don't think they'll come clean, and I don't think anybody would want to use them. So I'm just going to go ahead and trash all of those. So altogether that comes to 15 items. I also found a couple of items in my laundry room that I'm going to trash. These were leather wipes, but the ones that are remaining, there aren't too many, there's only a couple. They are all dried out. And then this is some old white shoe polish. We don't have any white shoes in the house, and this is kind of dried up, so I'm going to get rid of that. So that's 17 items together with the items from the garage. Here's a few more items I got from a storage cupboard in my garage. There is a bundle of very tiny plastic forks that were used when my daughters were in Girl Scouts. They would have this thing called food fair, and you would pass out sample sizes of different foods. And then there's this basket that is meant for picnics where you can put plates and knives, spoons, and forks. And I have a nicer one now that's metal, and I haven't used this one in probably over 10 years. And these utensils and things are very old and dirty. So I'm going to count each bundle of utensils as 1. So there's 3 utensils plus the plates is 4, plus the utensils in the bag is 5, and then the basket is 6. So together with the other items that I've found, I think I was at 17, so that's 6, that's 23. Okay, so here is a basket in which I keep my fabric remnants and scraps. And the reason I do this has to do with a book that my older daughter had. It was called The Patchwork Quilt. And the grandma in that book, I think it was the grandma, she makes a quilt out of pieces of clothing that members of the family have worn so that it serves as a memory quilt. And I decided to do the same thing with things that I made for my daughters when they were little. I used to like to sew in the evenings after they go to bed and surprise them with new little outfits. And so I used to keep the remnants and then cut them into squares to make 9-patch squares. And I'm pretty much done. My older daughter, I gave her her quilt when she graduated from college, and I'm working on my younger daughter's quilt. And so I don't need the materials in this basket anymore. So I am going to recycle those. My recycling company will recycle old clothing and fabric. So I'm going to count each of the different types of fabric as one item, and then I'll let you know how many I came up with in here. Okay, so here's everything that I pulled out of this basket. The basket is now empty, but it needs to have a couple more pieces of lint and stuff removed from it. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that basket or not. I will see. I'm not sure I need it. It used to be in my daughter's closet a long time ago, but then I repurposed it for my craft things. But in this bag, you can see I have quite a bit of material. I came up with 24 different pieces. Down here I have some items that need to be relocated, mostly knitting and crochet related, and then there's some embroidery. And then here's a pile of trash. I'm not going to count any of those items. I'm just going to get rid of them. They're such little scraps. I'm not going to bother counting them. And then over here, these are craft items that I'm going to donate. So some knitting looms, some hair bands, some make-your-own barrettes. These items I used to use to make things for my daughter's dance studio, Estelle, when they had performances. And then a couple of a crochet book for Afghans, and then a little knitting book that has some quick crafts in it. And then down here, I have some satin ribbons that go with point shoes. And my daughter's not doing dance anymore, so we don't need these. I'm going to donate them along with some other ballet items. I'm going to take them down to her old dance studio. I just have to gather them all together. So we have 10 items here to donate, some items to put back in where they belong, and then all the fabric I'm going to recycle, so 24 and 10 items, that's 34 total. So I decided to go through my sewing table and get rid of some additional items that were cluttering it up, and I'll go through those with you so I can show you. This is an empty container that used to hold some tools for my old serger, but it doesn't stay closed, so I'm getting rid of it. I have another box I put things in. Here's some old dried up oil for my serger. Here's a bunch of thread spools that are almost empty. I have a lot of threads. I had thread, and then when my mother passed away, I got all of her thread, so I have a lot of thread. Some very old seam tape that's near the end of the binding, and it's old material, so it's coming apart. And then some empty tracing paper envelopes. I consolidated the tracing paper into one so I can get rid of those. An insert from a zipper, and then a couple of upholstery tools. This is a tufting needle and a, what's it called? A tucking tool, rigid. And I did do some reupholstery a long time ago, but it actually hurt my hands when I did it, and so I don't think I'll be doing any more that would require these tools. So I'm going to donate those. So let's count all of that up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, and some light bulbs for a machine I don't have any more, sewing machine. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I think that will do it for this round, and I will total up everything and let you know what that is. So with the items I've decluttered in this third round, and there were a few things I didn't show you. I found some more fabric remnants, and then a few pieces of Christmas decor. I don't want any more. So all of this has come to 103. And then I have my prior items, 101, 101, so that's 304. So I just have 696 left to go. Actually, it's 305, so 695 items to go. Thank you for tuning in today, and I hope that you'll be inspired to declutter your home by watching me declutter mine. And if you like these sorts of videos, please consider subscribing by clicking the subscribe button down below and also hitting the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload more videos in this series as well as other videos.